Senate Majority Whip, of course, Republican of the beautiful state of South Dakota. Senator, very good to have you. This process of the timeline, are you okay with it?
Well, thanks, Neil. It's nice to be with you and on another just ho-hum Monday in Washington, D.C. Yeah, I am comfortable with it. I think that, you know, if you look historically, it's been pointed out, John Roberts and Chad both talked about, and the leader on the floor this afternoon talked about the historical precedent whenever you have a vacancy in an election year. And when there is a time of divided government, obviously that's a different circumstance than when you have the party in the White House and the party controlling the Senate being the same political party, which is what we're faced with right now. And if you think about it, Neil, really the 2016 election was about the Supreme Court, and the 2018 election was about the Supreme Court. It was the Kavanaugh confirmation process. People voted on that in 16. They voted on the Supreme Court. They elected a Republican president and a Republican Senate. And it's now our obligation to make sure that we follow through on our constitutional duty and role, and that is to move forward with filling those important seats on the High Court.
All right, well, as you know, a lot of people have looked at Mitch McConnell's 180 on this and other Republican senators that what applied to Barack Obama won't apply now, and that rationale that the party be in the same, you know, column as the White House just doesn't hold. Now, I might point out as well, Senator Democrats who argued strenuously for an immediate confirmation process for Merrick Garland are the same ones who are saying hold off. So I understand that, but I do want to get from you what you think of your colleagues, Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins, others could follow, who don't think now is the time to do this. If you go ahead, and it looks like Mitch McConnell and your leadership, obviously yourself, continue this process, and they don't want in on it, what do you do? What if they just say, all right, I'm sitting this one out? Can they sit this one out?
Well, I mean, in the end, it comes down in the Senate to 51 votes. And, you know, we're going to have an opportunity to discuss with our colleagues as they all come back into town today and tomorrow, a chance to really discuss timing and process and everything else. So that those discussions are ahead of us. And we may have members who end up in different places with respect to those questions. But in the end, it comes down to whether or not we have 51 votes. And what the leader has indicated is that this nominee, whoever the president sends up, is going to receive a vote on the floor of the United States Senate. And I would certainly hope, you know, if and when that time comes, that we'll have the 51 votes that are necessary to confirm that nominee. But, you know, we're going to have a discussion about that. We've got members who, in the past on different court nominations, have taken different positions, but really it comes down to the math, and the number is 51. Or 50.
We're told that Mitch McConnell is trying. Right. Assuming you lose 3 Republicans, you could still have the tiebreaker in Vice President Pence. And that is assuming that not a single Democratic senator votes for the nominee. There's a possibility Judge Jones, in his own sort of kind of weird position in Alabama, could be such a vote, but we don't know. But let me understand where you see the process itself going. Mitch McConnell has been apparently arguing to those who were looking to oppose this move within the party ranks, keep your powder dry. Anything can and will happen. And we understand that Susan Collins is all who are facing a tough re-election fight, mainly because of that deciding vote for Justice Kavanaugh. I'm wondering if it's the passions it ignites within the party that are going to trump that. No pun intended, that's the message that the party leadership is giving these senators who might balk, that you might get more out of this being part of it and voting for whoever the president nominates than criticizing it. What do you say?
Well, I don't think there's any question, Neil, that on our side of the aisle and Republican voters and Republicans generally around the country, this is an issue that generates great passion because they've looked at the last several decades at an activist court that is trying to act as a legislative body rather than as a judicial body. And so getting constitutionalists on the court who will observe the rule of law and the Constitution has been really a rallying cry, I would say, for Republicans across the country for a long time. And I think that's why our members are very passionate about it. And if you talk to most senators, and like I said, I can't speak for all of them, but a lot of them, myself included, ran for this job to do this sort of thing. We ran because we wanted to be in a position to help move the court in a direction that restored its judicial restraint and made sure that it acted in the way that was consistent with what the Constitution and our founders designed for the Supreme Court. And so that's something that I think does motivate a lot of our Republican senators. I think it motivates a lot of Republican voters around the country. Obviously, the Democrat on the left, they're going to be very passionate about this as well. But you know, I think it's if you're looking for a place to land as a Republican senator in this debate, obviously being supportive of fulfilling our constitutional duty and moving forward with this nomination is certainly a good place to be.
All right, Senator Thune, good catching up with you on this. I think you guys are going to be a tad busy. We'll see how that all goes. Senator John Thune on all of these.